This video is about rounding to the front digit, which is a review, but it's the beginning step to rounding to other places in a number. So hopefully you will see this as a review. So one of the questions that you're going to ask yourself is, are you going to bump it up or keep it the same? So are you going to bump up the number or keep it the same? So when I talk about rounding to the front digit, that just means the digit that is in the front of the number, the one that's all the way on the left. So in this case, it's going to be these numbers right here that I'm hovering my cursor over. So when we look at this number, 1,243, and we're rounding, what we're asking ourselves is 1,243, is it closer to 1,000 on a number line, or is it closer to 2,000 on a number line? So we can ask ourselves that question and say, oh, I know it's closer to 1,000 rather than 2,000. And here's another way to look at it. We look at this digit in the hundreds place, the one right next to it, just to the right of it. And if this digit is below 5, we're going to keep that number the same and turn all these to zeros. So 1,243 is going to round to 1,000, because when we ask ourselves, is 1,243 closer to 1,000 or closer to 2,000, that's what we're asking ourselves. And we're going to say, well, it's closer to 1,000. So that's what it's going to round to. It's going to round to 1,000. Now, when we look at this number, 3,599, and we say, what are we going to round it to by the front digit? We're asking ourselves, is this closer to 3,000 on a number line or 4,000? And we can look at this number, and since it's a 5, we're going to automatically bump this number up, and it is going to be a 4, and then we're going to change everything else to zeros, because what we're saying is 3,599 is closer to 4,000 than it is to 3,000. So that's why we round it to 4,000. Now this one right here, we're asking ourselves, is 74,987, is it closer to 70,000, or is it closer to 80,000 on a number line? So we'll look at the digit just to the right of it. It is below a 5. So, and 5 is the middle of the number line. So when we have a number line, we start at 0 and we go up to 10. 5 is right in the middle. So that's why 5 is our dividing line. If we make it to 5, we can bump this number up. So this is a 4, so that means we're going to keep this 7 the same, and we're going to say that we know that 74,987 is closer to 70,000 than it is to 80,000. And looking at our next number, 5,321, what are we going to round it to? 5,000 or 6,000? Which one is it closer to? And this 3 lets us know that it's closer to 5,000. That's what it's going to round to. And next we're going to look at 987,654. We're trying to decide if it's closer to 900,000 or 1 million, if we would bump it up to 1 million. So we look at this 8. That tells us to bump our 9 up to a 10. And then all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to add 5 additional zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go in there and we're going to put our commas in the right place. And so 987,654 is closer to 1 million than it was to 900,000. And the next number we're going to look at is 123,456. We are determining, by rounding, we are determining if 123,456 is closer to plain old 100,000 or 200,000. And this 2 lets us know that it's closer to 100,000. If this digit is 5 or greater, we bump this number up, turn everything to zeros. But if this number is lower than 5, less than 5, we keep this number the same and turn all of these to zeros. Because what we're saying is 123,456 is closer to 100,000 on a number line than it is to 200,000. I'm going over here on my paper because 200,000 would be way over here.